Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I am just kind of going over the base and fixing things that have been broken by me changing all these fluids over to yacht tanks and breaking all the connections and all sorts of stuff. I haven't gone like too in depth with it. Like if we look at our chlorine, we still have 7 outputs for our chlorine, which when I fix it, I basically delete. I break the P2P, so that should drop down. But until we start running into issues with the things, I haven't really been messing with them. Now, most of this stuff I know isn't running because the tanks have been dropping. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, our chlorine's dropped there. That chlorine is full, but that's not going to get any more chlorine when it turns on. Something else is broken somewhere. May even be from a power thing. So lots of broken. Yeah, this input hatch is empty. That is not running at the moment. This is polyphenol sulfide, most likely because we're out of chlorine. Yep, the chlorine one is empty. So I do need to fix all this stuff. It hasn't turned into an issue yet, so that is kind of why I've just kind of put it off a bit. So I am working on that, and I have gotten a couple done. I think this was sulfuric acid. I think this was fluorine. We finally fixed all those, but there is definitely some that I haven't fixed. Hydrogen. Yeah, hydrogen has a few outputs. That has a few outputs. That is 10. Yep, oxygen. Lots of things go to oxygen because all the plastics need oxygen. That all just needs to be sorted out. So yeah, just been kind of putting that off a bit. I have also going to craft up, as I work on these, I think we're going to switch these over to the yacht tanks. I was debating if I wanted to maybe do the other tank that we have. The TFFT, because that can actually hold 25 fluids all at once. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all to craft up. The only thing is, I kind of like having separate. I like having a tank per fluid. Kind of like what I've done. I really like this setup, and it's just easy to update. And if we need a bigger, if I want a bigger buffer or something like that, I can always do that. So, like for example, iron chloride. If I decided I want to store 100 million of it instead of 4 million, I think if you upgrade these, it upgrades for every single one of them. Well, not every. I don't want every single fluid to have like crazy high capacity. So with the yacht tanks, I can kind of control that much better. Because I'm thinking if I have a bunch of like my plastic polyethylene, polytetrafluoroethylene, and all that PBI or whatever in a yacht tank, if I want to upgrade one, then like everything is going to turn on, and I don't necessarily want that. So I'm thinking as I fix all these things, you can see like a lot of these are not running anymore because I've broken so much stuff. We're going to switch them over to yacht tanks. Starting with silicone rubber because we need it for recipes. Namely, like the pump recipes that I am putting in the A system right now. So I think this one, yeah. So this one, we don't have molten silicone rubber hooked up to the A system. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that. Do I want it to melt down the silicone rubber ingots that we have in store, or do I want to connect it directly to the yacht tank, which is the way we're going to do it. So that is why I'm doing silicone rubber. And then, obviously, as we go up, there's more silicone rubber that we need for that. This one just requires the ingots that we have. So it doesn't require any fluid in this component recipe. So that works with that. So that is kind of what I'm doing. I'm just going through all the recipes, adding them, and making sure that they work. Fixing stuff that is not working. Also, I'm pretty sure the funniness with these screens is caused by chunk loading. They work fine if I leave the dimension and it reloads, but if I go really far away from the thing that it were possibly out of range, it unloads them, and I think that is the issue that we're getting with the screens, unfortunately. Okay, let me continue doing this, and just going through all these recipes and putting them in. I'm not doing everything. I'm doing IV, LUV, ZPM at the moment, and every single field generator I wanted to do, but I haven't done all the other tiers of motors. I haven't done the 4 lower ones. At least not yet. Alright, we are back. I've gone ahead, got all the recipes up and running. Everything works. We got recipes for everything. Even, I think, this one. We were short on palladium because I didn't realize it turned off. But we are good now, yeah. So we can craft up 64 of the ZPM field generators, which is pretty awesome at this point. It does use quite a lot of resources, 192 UV circuits, but yeah, that is pretty cool. I have gone ahead and added the next tank, and I'm starting to think, you know what? I really do like the ender fluid things, but they just don't transfer enough. They don't transfer enough. They don't have enough throughput. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And they can be a bit annoying with trying to remember what the things are. I mean, I've made them all nitrogen out, hydrogen out, chlorine out kind of thing. But some of them are a bit more annoying, like sulfuric acid. It's not long enough to fit that whole thing, so yeah, there are a couple ones that are a bit annoying. So I'm almost thinking, I don't know. I may continue to use these for minor things. I don't know. I need to make a decision, though. But having it connected directly to the A system, I'm just thinking that is probably going to be way easier. I can use, like, ender fluid conduits or the covers for stuff like on different planets. That's good, but I'm thinking, I don't know. I think it may just be easier to connect all this stuff and then use AE to move it around. We're not doing it with the P2P anymore. We are replacing it with that. Now, we could either do fluid export buses. We could do with the, like, the dual interfaces we could always do, because they do store. You could have it keep a fluid in stock and then pump it out. You can do, I think there's like a fluid buffer or something, isn't it? The name of it, or yeah. You could even do a fluid buffer and then pipe that stuff out. And that's like a super fast one if you want. So I'm thinking we'll do that instead of kind of doing a mix. Because as I was doing this, I'm like, this is kind of silly. We're doing 2 different ways of transporting fluids. And to be honest, these aren't the cheapest things in the world. the ender fluid conduits. I mean, at this point, it's like nothing, but like if we can just craft up a dual interface, I mean, it's like way cheaper than that. So I'm thinking I may do that before we get like too crazy here. I have gone a little bit crazy with those. But maybe we'll do... I'm thinking maybe we'll do both. You know, like we'll have this if we need it somewhere, but I can always... I'll focus on the hatch that connects it, I'm thinking. Because it just makes it easier when AE is connected to it, and it can use that stuff for... It can use it for recipes. For example, like the radon now is in there, hydrogen, chlorine, so I don't have to like worry about that stuff in recipes anymore, and there's just so much of it. Anyway, that is kind of what I'm thinking. So as I continue forward, I think I probably will just start connecting everything. I'm just so like... I'm so cautious about connecting fluids to AE because I remember having issues, but I know a lot of that stuff is fixed nowadays. But yeah, like connecting all our fluids and having them tick constantly, I remember it was causing issues, but alright, anyway, that is that. So, next thing I want to get done here is the Mega Apiary. So this is my next multi-block that I want to craft up. And the reason I want to do that is because this thing will let us make certain resources 1,000 times easier, namely Americium. We can't get these. They need to be produced in the Mega Apiary. But when you get them, you could just convert it directly into Americium. So, 1,000,000 times easier. Neutronium is another one. We could actually do neutronium right now, but it does require a pretty fast chemical reactor. But I'm thinking large or a mega chemical reactor would make that quicker. But you do get molten neutronium, so you don't have to worry about that other smelting craziness recipe, the one that we are, this one. So you won't have to worry about this, which we still have ticking away, but it is 150 seconds at UV, so it's not fast. Okay, so that is what I am. Yeah, we got 3,000 neutronium ingots at the moment. That, and then there's like the cosmic one, I believe. Yeah, cosmic neutronium. Oh, that one actually needs a DT. Alright, just kidding. I was thinking we could do that. We're not quite there yet, but yeah, that will be probably how we're getting our molten cosmic neutronium. Man, I'm looking forward to this. Unfortunately, it is still a bit far away. So I guess the main thing would be the Americium. But, I mean, we do have other bees that I am using. It's actually turned off right now. Should probably turn it back on. I guess I don't need it on. Lapatron, if we want tons and tons of Lapatron for all the Lapatron clusters that we're going to need. Alright, so let me continue. Let me work on this. I mean, this is easy. This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. This one is a bit more... That one needs quite a bit of resources. And the main thing is... Man, that's funny. I just took that out. The Americium. So I need to get that going. I am crafting up more helium plasma because we were tearing through that while we were smelting up the europium and the Americium for the other component assembly line. Most of the pumps, though, are turned off. Like, we're barely using that. So we're not burning plasma, pumping any of these fluids in the plasma generators or whatever. But, yeah. So, gonna just craft up a whole bunch of Americium and get this going, and maybe get this today. I mean, everything else outside of the actual controller is really easy. Annoying, some of this Alvery stuff, but easy. Okay, just a quick update. Got the most complicated part of this done. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be originally, because you do get 6 from one of these. For some reason, I was thinking I was going to need 64 of these time accelerators or tick accelerators, and we actually only needed, like, I can't remember how many we needed, but yeah, so that actually wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be honest. So yeah, and I also have the robot arms. Here we go. There is the 16 for that. Though that is definitely the most complicated part. Obviously, we got our the circuits that we're going to need. Probably just do... I may just do these, actually. Yeah, they do require superconductors, but to be honest, at this point, they are... Yeah, they're just so much cheaper, or easier. I wouldn't say, like, cheaper, just different than the wetware circuits. Because, I mean, the wetware circuits are easy too, but they just require different stuff. So, alright, so we got the 16 of those, we got that. I don't know if I actually have recipes for all this stuff. Now, I do remember there being some funniness. Yeah, I don't think I have a genetics. I've never crafted this up before, so I didn't think I had that. I do have recipes for everything, though. I do remember some weirdness with some of these recipes. Not that one. I think it was like some of these, the recipes are a bit funny. The frames are kind of annoying. I don't have like an easy way to craft up the frames because I don't have Thaumcraft stuff automated. So yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a pain for sure. To the tubes, I think we're good on all the tubes. I think are okay. I don't remember. I remember like some things were just kind of a bit annoying. Ooh. I don't have a whole ton of that woven silk. Not that it's difficult to get now, but I'm just like realizing I'm like, yeah, there's still some things I'm gonna have to work on. Here. Did I make a recipe for that? I did. Did I actually? Right there. Alright, I was like, did I actually do this? You can see I've cleared out all my components, so it looks kind of weird now. This is just a regular recipe. So 64 of these. Is that everything? Yeah, everything looks good. Not too difficult. Alright, so I'm going to continue crafting this up. I also need to get all the different things that we're going to need in the actual multi-block, like all these things on the side, all the Alvery parts. So I think, to be honest, this is going to be the most annoying bit of this, crafting all this stuff up. I think I have most of the... Ooh. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have enough honey. I do have some honey. I mean, we have 11,000 honey drops, 7,500 honey dew. I can always throw stuff in that gives us combs too. That should have been processed. I'm going to just manually throw that in the centrifuge. All right, so yeah, let me get some of this finished up here. So I have all this. I just need to work on that and then the parts for this huge multi-block, which, by the way, where the heck am I putting this? I mean, obviously it's going to have to go right here. I guess just back out here. This stuff does not need to be right here. It's just kind of organically grown that way. I want to have that somewhere else, to be honest, but it's just kind of where it's ended up. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe out here. I actually don't know where. I don't know where it, like, where does the power go in? I have no idea. I can just look at that. Energy hatch, any casing. So it looks like any of the... I'm assuming any of the bronze-plated bricks is where it can go. Alright. So I'm thinking we'll have, like, the thing here. And then it'll go down. It's gonna be a big multi-block. Okay, just a quick update. I am creating a new node here. And you can see where it's got one of those crazy empowered nodes that we got from our thing. Well, I put it pretty far away from the base because I really hated that, like, pulsing light it was giving. If it's bothering me again after we finish this all up, I will probably break it and maybe throw it in the overworld so I don't have to keep looking at it. Because I really didn't like that, like, pulsing brightness of that crazy node. Alright, I am just gonna break all this stuff because we don't need this anymore. There we go. So you could see what the thing is. I'm not wearing the goggles or anything like that. But, alright, it doesn't seem to be, like, crazy. So, alright, I am going to craft up the AE, the arcane AE or whatever it's called. I don't remember. Shoot, I forgot to put that in. Try again. There we go. Alright, so yeah, got that running, and I also have... Throw that in there. I also have the... I'm crafting up the silky propolis. I think that actually might be enough for all that. I needed a whole bunch. Alright, looks like we're good on the silk wisp, so we actually have quite a bit. It was running for a little while. Alright, I'm going to turn that off. I know it's... I need to get... Probably we'll do this after I get this stuff up and running. We'll get a dedicated centrifuge for bee stuff. Alright, we'll turn that off. I don't need to turn the silky. Yeah. Alright, and we're good with that. All these silky is for the, I think that's the proven frame, which is the reason I'm doing this. So I can set up the, I guess is it the arcane crafting table? Oh man, it's been a hot minute since I have done crafting with Thaumcraft. Now I do have like the whole setup over there, so it's not terrible. I think we'll do... This is, right, the arcane crafting table, I think, and then we'll need an arcane assembler, I believe. Plus, I am trying to remember how it works on 1.7 as opposed to 1.16. I do know we have to connect it with... the V thing, and oh man, I don't remember. Was it Arcane? Man, what's the name of that mod? I don't remember the name of this mod. Thuamic Energistics. Wow. I think it was Arcane. There it is. I was thinking it was Arcane Energistics. So one of them has the I know this is the thing you put the recipes on. I remember that. Where's the thing you connect it to? I don't remember what the thing is you connect it to AE. Alright, let me look at this up really quick. I mean, we do have a book for it. I can always look under here. I'm trying to remember what the way you connect it into the system. Okay, I think I remember how to do this. I am just crafting up these right now. So basically you take the V-Relay interface, and it's kind of funny that where the apiary was, I don't know why it's still showing that overlay there. But you take the V-Relay interface and put the V-Relay on top of it, and then you can link this interface to wherever you want. So we're going to link it to an arcane crafting table, which we will craft up right here. Now I am just going to leave... I think we got everything. Yeah. I'm just going to leave this arcane crafting table here in case we ever need it. But I think... may actually need to put this in this arcane crafting table. So let's do that. Let's do shift on the interface. Then I got cables right here. Put that there. I'm just kind of keeping this here so I can see what ores, if it's getting clogged up or anything. Also, I did see that we have some that are only coming in as single ores, so that is telling me one of them, we're not producing Oganescent fast enough, which I should... yeah, it's still going. I did kind of wonder if 3 was too much for just one little replicator. Okay, so we'll do that, and then I think we do this, right? Yeah. So this should technically have the V. I put this in here? Yeah, there we go. It's charging with the V from that node way over there. All right. And then these are, I think they're slots for the crystals if we need them, which I don't have a lot of them left. I do have a bunch of ores, but I just crafted up enough for what we needed. I didn't bother processing this all. Like, for example, I could make recipes for this, but we don't do Thaumcraft enough. I'm like, I'm not going to bother with all this. Like, that should... I think that will... yeah. It should work. Okay, but I do need to make a recipe for this, and for this, I think I do need the Arcane Assembler, which that's a little bit more complicated. Right. Arcane... to produce arcane items. Yeah. So we're going to do that, and then we will make the knowledge core. But now that I have an arcane crafting table, I can just pull stuff directly out of AE. I don't have to go over the arcane table, which is pretty cool. Okay, we are back, and I am trying to get the last of this here. Should work? Yeah, alright. I thought I did it. Maybe I didn't do it. Alright. So I need a Thaumium Boss Scepter for the Arcane Assembler. So I have all the crystals. Those are super easy. I have all the stuff that we need. Although the instability, that is actually pretty high. I just realized that. But yeah, so I have all that. I think I have another molecular assembler I've crafted up. Yep, there we go. And that. But unfortunately, the Thaumic Boss Scepter requires 237, and with my gear, and it actually shows you what we are at right there. The Thaumic Boss Scepter requires 237. I can only get it down to like 177 or something like that. So I actually can't get it down far enough to craft up with the Silverwood Scepter, but I believe I can do it with the Thaumic Silverwood Wand. So we're going to go ahead and craft that up. Now I have crafted up a bunch of these Thaumic caps. They are relatively easy. Salus Mundus, not a problem. Thaumic Dust, not a problem. And that stuff is really easy. And then this is Thaumium and Night Metal. I don't have a ton of Night Metal, but I have a lot of Thaumium that we got from bees. I should be having this charging as we are talking. Now, I'm hoping that... I don't know if we were going to be able to get it. Are we going to be able to get it that low? Craft up the... Now I'm like, how do we do this again? I'm sure there is like another step in there somewhere. I keep maybe with a different core. Man, these wands are a pain. Like Thaumic Boss Blazing. No, I can't do staff. I need like a scepter. Now these have require 200. I could probably... $112. I see. Yeah, see that's 112. Go the other direction. See, 300. We're not going to be able to craft up. Thaumic Boss Void Wand 250. I don't think we can craft up either. Thaumic Boss Scepter. No. The thing is, we can get up to... Yeah, we can get up to that. Hold on. Let me look at this. Thought I was going to be able to do it with these fiber and alloy screws. Yeah, I thought I was going to drop our thing down. I mean, maybe we could craft up better. Like, these two are really good. I mean, I can get it maybe a couple percent up, but it's not like super easy. So there is like 213 with that. If I put this on 177, we get it down to. That only holds 150. Dang it. That was a bit of a waste. Oh well. Well, we have the... We have the Thaumic Wand. As you can see, it's a 75% VCOS, but that's for stuff in, like, if we want to do the dislocation thing. And we are back, and boy, what a journey I have been on here. Trying to figure out the correct progression of these wands is just such a nightmare. They're not laid out very well. And trying to sort through the hundreds of variations in NEI is its own kind of thing. And then trying to figure out if I can actually craft it using math in my head. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can craft that kind of thing. So what I have found out is that it is not the Thaumic Silverwood Wand. I thought that was what we were supposed to do. The gold Banded Silverwood Scepter is definitely the intended route, or one way to go about doing it. And from that, we are actually going to jump to a different core away from the Silverwood. And there's two of them. I did find this accidentally when I was going through stuff. These let you get a much higher capacity wand, and we can actually craft them up relatively easy with the gold scepter and our thaumium, the stuff that we have. But that is like its own insanity. You need primordial pearls and shadow, and I was like, oh goodness, I don't want to have to go do that. Not in the mood for that right now. So I looked up another way to possibly go about doing it and found out void wand cores are another option. I think it's like the iron scepter, which we should be able to craft up with our stuff here in the discount. But this void wand thing is its own kind of craziness. So we needed void plates. Salus Mundus blocks, not a problem. The crystal blocks, not a problem. The void metal, and I've actually been meaning to do this for a while. I ended up just doing the void princess. I had a Ferris drone already. I had an empowering drone. We've seen that. I just had to get 3 drones to get the void. And the void produces void metal nuggets. Pretty easy. You can actually melt these down, and I think I probably will, to get the 100% chance on the autoclave. I usually do, as we know, distilled water. It's only a 90% chance, but now I can actually use bees to get molten void. We get a 100% chance in all those recipes. So I may switch over to that. Anyway, that is that. And then I made recipes for ingots and plates. So I got that, got that, got that. Now, the next bit is the complicated bit, which is this one. So we need these tainted fabrics, or tainted fragments. We get these by growing Rosa something, this, on a block. And whatever block it's on determines what kind of fragment it gets or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done it yet. So I believe we're going to have to do this on a tainted block. If that is somewhere, I don't know. Tainted soil. This is probably what we need. Tainted crystal block. All right. So that's actually not... That's not as bad as I thought that was going to be. I thought that was going to be really bad. We do have Vidium. I don't remember where we got it from, but we do have some Vidium over there. And this is all in the thing. So we can see right here, Rosa Mysteria. You put this, Rosa Mysterious doesn't do on soil. Aspect block. So while growing, it will accumulate aspects from the block underneath. Once grown in a fragment, it can be harvested. So this goes in a crucible, just rosebush in these 3. And then we place it on the block that we need. And that should get us these tainted fragments. And then with the 3 tainted fragments that we have, we should be able to craft up the void wand core. So that is the route we're going. Now, as I'm like looking at having to use this thing again, we haven't used it in a while. We were using it for Thaumium. We don't need it for Thaumium anymore. I decided that I would start doing the provide it through the Essentia, the AE. So that is what I'm working on right now. So we should have, yes, I crafted up 10 of these, which are really, really easy. Essentia processor, not a problem at all. And HV and MV circuits. I mean, this is like super easy. So I'm going to craft these up and get some of this. Now, I don't have recipes. I have recipes for Thaumium. Don't have recipes for the plates. Like putting them into like compressing them into a block and then cutting. I've just been doing that manually. It's not super difficult. So I probably will do that. I'll just do this manually. Maybe eventually we'll make recipes for this. But yes, now the warded glass, on the other hand, is a whole nother thing too. So We have great wood planks, we have thaumium, and we have glass, but I didn't have a wand focus to craft up the warded glass that we need for the Essentia storage things, because these need warded glass. So, just gotten this one, this was actually really easy. None of this is difficult. And then use that to craft up warded glass. It is not consumed in that recipe. Also, it doesn't let you look at recipes. Like, I can look at a recipe through there. It doesn't let me do that through... I can't hit R. It doesn't work on that terminal for some reason. It does on there. It doesn't use the focus, thankfully, in the recipe. So I just crafted up a bunch. I did 20. And we will craft these up. So that is what I'm doing. Now, I'm also going to craft up, I think... There is quests for this as well. This is how I found this. The distillation pattern encoder. I believe this is new. And this lets you like craft up if we need, for example, in this, we need 1688. I think you can use that to tell AE to get these aspects to feed the thing. So yeah, let me work on some of this. You know what? Let me just do... I should just do recipes. We use them all. Yeah, we'll do recipes for that, and then we'll come back and check this out. So, got the drives crafted up. I ended up making recipes for these anyway. I was like, what? Why am I not making recipes for these? And I've gone ahead and crafted up the distillation pattern encoder. Easy recipe as well, as long as you have the thing. So this is the pattern encoder, and I think what we do, and I haven't actually tested this out, I'm assuming we put an item in there and it pops up like what you get from it. So if we need alienus, probably best to use these, but we do get other items as well. Now the question is finding the best items to get Precantio. Thaumium, I believe, is like another one. If I remember. Is it the Thaumium ingots? I actually haven't scanned. I haven't been scanning stuff in like so long. So that is one. You can actually look at the stuff here if you want. It will tell you. So Thaumium ingot, you get 1 from it. Ender pearls, you get 2. Silverwood log, gray wood logs, any of these shards. So there is a whole bunch of different things you can use to get with it. Nether wart. And you kind of want to be as close as possible. I'm just going to do ender pearls. We have it being farmed at the moment. I have 15,000 ender pearls now. Lots of ender pearl dust. So let's do that. So I think what we do, we make a recipe and then I put it in a interface that is on the thing. And not sure if we can go in the front. I've never actually tried to automate this in 1.7, I don't think. So I don't even know if this is gonna work from the front. Let's give it a go though. Precantio. All right, so that. Oh, create. Oh, all right. Just kidding. Hold on. Let's do. Let's try. We switch which one it wants. I didn't realize it was. I didn't even think about that. Although it may be best just to leave that as alienus. Can we do that? Yes. So we're telling it we want Precantio in this with ender pearls. But I'm thinking if I have tons and tons of storage for Essentia, we'll just kind of get, you know, alienus and the other one as a byproduct, and we won't have to worry about it. All right. So does Precantio? Yes. All right. So if I want 10 of this, that's 5 ender pearls. Does it go in here? It does. All right, now we are just using charcoal, which is not efficient. Elementum, but if I can get all this automated, then I don't have to. I can do the better stuff in there. Namely, automating that thing and that. I do wonder if we can actually... I have a feeling we probably can't do this underneath. I did want to try that out, though. That in there. I don't even think we have to face it up, but I could be wrong. So 1. Did it go in? I have a feeling it probably didn't. Oh, it does say it went in, though. Alright. So maybe it did. From underneath, which would be good. I don't have my goggles on. I need to pump this into the A system now. So I'm going to do... I don't know how we'll do it. Essentially import bus, something like that. Is there a way to pump directly in? I do remember using the import bus. There might be a faster way to get it in the A system now. So I have gone ahead and made recipes. Now, I don't think it was actually inputting from the bottom. I accidentally broke it and there's an ender pearl in it, so I didn't think it would. But I've moved it back, made recipes for just the very basic elementum, and gone ahead and made a recipe for coal dust. And unfortunately, there's no way to do like a recipe that says like I need coal and ignis and potentia. At least I don't think there is. It even says in the somewhere in here. I don't remember where I saw it. Yeah, it said there was no way to craft up the... Oh, it was probably under... There isn't a way to have the system craft essentially on demand for craft. Yeah, so that's what we will basically just... We'll either trick the A system to put the items in there as well as that, or we'll just craft up whatever we need before. I'm not going to get into it too much right now. We're basically just doing it to craft up the arcane assembler. But I wanted to get some elementum because that is quicker. I do have some from before, but let's just see if this works. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So, and then it is pulling from the A system. It is not being inputted back into the A system. I need to do that. All right, and then that is the stuff that we need for the arcane assembler when we ever get to it. But yeah, so there we go. That crafts that up. Let me switch this out for elementum. We'll probably have this like kept in stock or something like that. So let's do... Yes, does it pop up? Yeah. I'll do a bunch. Whatever, 130. It's up. So hopefully that will go a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, it is pretty slow outputting into the A system, as we can see. It's faster with elementum, but holy cow, is it slow. It might be faster if we output into a jar and then input. I don't know. It might be better. I haven't really tested it, but I'm not going to worry about it too much, like I said, because I'm just doing this for the arcane assembler. But unfortunately, we are running out of time here. This took way longer than I thought it was. Actual, like, just real life time. It actually took me quite a bit longer. All right, let's try one more, and that should Could do it. Do we have everything we need? We have that. We have that, and we have... Yeah, we do. Alright, let's try one elementum. Sounds like it's working. I can break all this stuff because we don't need it to do that anymore. It pulls directly from the A system now. Alright, and there we go. It did, in fact, craft us up more of that. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to continue making recipes for this. Yeah, see how slow this is? Holy cow. That is like super slow. There must be a faster way to do that before we get the advanced alchemical furnace, which that requires a primordial pearl, which I don't have. Once we get one, though, we can farm them. But until we do that, we can't. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.